Tiger family. What a great day today. Congratulations to Shell Jones, our register, and Tiffany DeMeester for being our Teacher of the Year. So we're so happy to celebrate you guys today. It was definitely a highlight of my day. Also, I have been thinking through what I'm going to build for our Tiger Building Challenge. So I think I'm going to do something with Legos, but I'm not quite sure yet. Still thinking about it. So students, make sure that you get something built for us and send us a video or a picture. Now, if you've been tuning into our TigerTuckins for a while, you'll remember I read this book to you a while ago called My Lucky Day. And it was about this clever pig who showed up at the fox's door and the fox wanted to eat him. Do you remember? Oh, but anyway, the pig ended up tricking the fox into getting a massage and a nice meal, and then he went home. Very clever. And when I read this book to you, it reminded me of a classic book called Stone Soup. Another clever story. Parents, I know you remember this one. Students, you might know this one already too, but it is pretty smart. I love it. I can't wait to read it to you from my kitchen. A young man was walking. He walked and walked. He walked all day, and he walked all day. And he walked all night. He was tired. He was hungry. At last, he came to a big house. "What a fine house," he said. "There will be plenty of food for me here." He knocked on the door. The little old lady opened it. "Good lady," said the young man, "I am very hungry. Can you give me something to eat?" "I have nothing to give you," said the little old lady. "I have nothing in the house. I have nothing in the garden." She began to close the door. "Oh, stop," said the young man. "If you will not give me something to eat, will you give me a stone?" "A stone?" said the little old lady. "What will you do with a stone? You cannot eat a stone." "Ah," said the young man, "you're right, but I can make soup from a stone." Now the little old lady had never heard of that. Make soup from a stone? Fancy that. "Well, there are stones in the road," said the little old lady. The young man picked up a round gray stone. "This stone will make wonderful soup," he said. "Now, can you get me a pot?" The little old lady got a pot. "Now, if you'll fill the pot with water and put it on the fire," the young man said. The little old lady did as she was told, and soon the water was bubbling in the pot. The young man put the round gray stone into the pot. "Now we will wait for the stone to cook into the soup," he said. The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, "This soup is cooking fast." "Well, it's cooking fast now," said the hungry young man, "but it would cook faster with some onions." So the little old lady went to the garden to get some yellow onions. Into the pot went the yellow onions with the round gray stone. "Soup from a stone," said the old lady. "Fancy that." The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, "This soup smells good." "Well, it smells good now," said the young man, "but it would smell better with some carrots." So the little old lady went out to the garden and pulled up all the carrots she could carry. And into the pot went the long, thin carrots with the yellow onions and the round gray stone. "Soup from a stone," said the little old lady. "Fancy that." The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, "This soup tastes good." Well, it tastes good now, said the hungry young man, but it would taste a lot better with some beef bones. So the little old lady went to get some juicy beef bones. And into the pot went the juicy beef bones, the long thin carrots, the yellow onions, and the round gray stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. And after a while, the little old lady said, "This soup is fit for a prince." It's fit for a prince now, said the hungry young man, but it would be fit for a king with a bit of pepper and a handful of salt. So the little old lady got the pepper and salt, and into the pot went a bit of pepper and a handful of salt, the juicy beef bones, the long thin carrots, the yellow onions, the round gray stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. And after a while, the little old lady said, "This soup is too thin." "Oh, it's too thin now," said the hungry young man, "but it would be nice and thick with some butter and barley." So the little old lady went to get butter and barley. And into the pot went the butter and barley with a bit of pepper and the handful of salt and the juicy beef bones and the long thin carrots and the yellow onions and the round gray stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. And after a while, the little old lady tasted the soup again. "This is good soup," she said. "Yes," said the hungry young man. "This soup is fit for a king. Now we will eat it." "Stop," said the little old lady. "This soup is indeed fit for a king, so now I will set a table fit for a king." And she took out her best tablecloth and her best dishes. And then the little old lady and the hungry young man ate all the soup made with butter and barley, and the bit of pepper, the handful of salt, the juicy beef bones, the long thin carrots, and the yellow onions, and the round gray stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. "Well, now I must be on my way," said the young man. He took the stone out of the pot and put it in his pocket. "Why are you taking the stone?" said the little old lady. "Well," said the young man, "the stone is not cooked enough. I think I'll have to use it again to cook with tomorrow." And the young man said goodbye. He walked on down the road. He walked and he walked. "What a fine supper I will have tomorrow," he said to himself. "Soup from a stone. Fancy that." I hope you liked that story. I think I might have soup for dinner tomorrow night. Hope you have a great night, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.